Hello there. What a week it's been. After 3 years hard slog, all that studying, the results are out, and I did well. My friends and I came top in the Imperial Civil Service exams. Some people would say that a bright future beckons and we could go far, but to be honest, it feels like we already have. But it was quite something to get that scroll with the royal crest on it and my name, Daniel, saying that His Imperial Majesty was pleased to appoint me to his service. To say I've come a long way is a bit of an understatement. I was a precocious kid, and I remember people saying to my parents, "That boy will go far." I mean, why not? Born into a good family, my father was a royal advisor with a big house in Jerusalem, and they said I was good looking too. And I paid attention to my lessons, so I got known as a bright lad and keen as well. So when the Babylonians were looking for young men of ability to deport and dragoon into their king's service, I was the kind of guy they wanted. Well, thanks. No real option either. Some people resisted and paid with their lives. Not me, I thought. So goodbye home and family, and I still don't know what became of all of them. And hello, forced march to Babylon. Grief, that was hard going. And when we got here, the smart thing seemed to be to fit in, keep our heads down, and do as we were told and try to make the best of it. That wasn't always easy. For all my abilities and confidence, I struggled to know how to live. I mean, I'm Jewish, and I've been brought up to follow Torah, to please the Lord. It's who I am, what I do, how I live. So how could I be faithful to God in a foreign land, in an alien culture, in a pagan environment full of idols? Well, I've learnt a lot these last 3 years, like I said. Obviously, we had to start by learning a whole different language and from people who didn't speak my language, so that was no picnic. And then the literature, heaps of it, tablet after tablet after tablet, and full of stuff about their false gods too. But it had to be done. Then manners, protocol, how the empire worked, all about dreams, even magic. We worked long hours to get through it all, no Sabbath rest there. But now, I reckon there are some bigger lessons I've learnt along the way without even noticing, really. I've learnt that it's good to have a few friends around that you can trust. You might not agree about everything, like the Babylonians wanted to stop us using our proper names and give us Babylonian ones instead. For some of my friends, that was okay, but for me, it was a bit much. I kind of objected, which was risky, but they do still call me Daniel often enough. And the other guys and I, we're still really good mates. I've learned that sometimes you can push against authority and find God's with you. Got to be careful, obviously. But there have been times when it worked. They wanted to feed us fancy meat that had been offered to who knows what idols first. And we said, no, just give us vegetables. And in the end, they did. I'm starting to think that even in this weird pagan place where no one respects outsiders or their beliefs, even here it's possible to please the Lord. I'm going to need wisdom to do that now I'm working in the king's palace. Perhaps the main thing I've learned, though, or at least started to learn, is that God can be trusted whatever. I mean, being enslaved, then deported, then near on brainwashed with foreign teaching, there's been times when it felt everything had gone wrong. And still I know the Lord's with me. Don't ask me how, but I know it. And I don't know how long I can survive working for this pagan emperor. It could all blow up any day, but for now, it's where I am, and I just have to trust God to help me. For the background to this reflection, read Daniel chapter 1. But for now, let's pray using a prayer from later in the same book. Praise be to the name of God for ever and ever. Wisdom and power are his. He changes times and seasons. He sets up kings and deposes them. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him. Amen. Until next time, take care and trust God.